Okay, Manu, it's a pleasure to have you on here. First
You
off,
guys,
how would you sum up your first ever season in the MLS?
pretty good, I would say. When I joined the team, I had some minor injury, so I didn't play for a while until I was recovered and I joined the team. I ever started my first game in like June, July, I guess. So I came in. I'm a midfielder, but we were going through some situation where we had like defenders who were like injured and we didn't have any defenders. So I play as a CDM. So they pushed me back as a defender. And now I've been a defender since that day.
See, and already this season you've played a number of matches. How's it been going for you?
It's been going pretty good. Really, really good. I've been playing super good. The team started well, but we kind of having a little issue here and there where it's like everything goes through like a moment where sometimes the game doesn't go your way. So that's the only issue. But the season has been really good so far.
Okay, but let's go back in time. I mean, looking at your profile, you were born in Accra, right,
Yeah,
Ghana. How
yeah.
was your childhood like?
Um, it was good when my dad was there. We kind of lived in Kumasi, so that was where I grew up mostly. And for the meantime, my dad kind of like was doing everything. It was good. It was school and soccer, and then my dad passed away. So then it kind of made me go down a little bit. So I kind of stopped school for a while. I even stopped playing soccer, and and then later on, I was like, I need to get back to soccer again. So then I got scouted by this academy in Accra called New Life Academy. So then I came all the way back to Accra again, and I lived there for 3 years with the academy where I was playing soccer and going to school as well. And then I got the opportunity to come to the US to further my education and play soccer as well.
You mentioned you lost your dad at an early age. Do you remember the
Yeah,
age
I was
range?
10. Yeah, I was 10.
You were 10.
Yeah, 10, turning 11. Yeah.
Wow. It must have been really, really hard to adjust to that.
Yeah, yeah. I was so close to my dad. He was the one who kind of comes to every game that I play. He was the only one who show up. So it kind of brought me down when, you couldn't find your dad when you were playing the game. So I kind of stopped for a little bit.
So like mentioned you stopped for a little bit. Was it like a few months? Was it like a year? Was it a
Yeah, it
little
was it was a couple months, almost like a year. So when I turned 11, I never played till like when I was almost 12. And then that was when I got back to soccer and I got scouted by New Life Academy. So then I went to the academy when I was 12.
right? Who did you model your game after? You mentioned that you started as a midfielder. Who was your idol when you were?
It was Sergio Busquets. Um, I really loved him, the way his style of play, the way he was composed on the ball, the way he distributes his passes and in pressure. There's no pressure for him in those games. So I always like looked at him. I'll be watching every single game, his highlights and everything. I would just go search about him and just watch him like every single time. So I was trying to be mostly like him, but sometimes life change and now I'm a center back. That doesn't mean I still don't watch him. I still watch him, you know. It's just I use that style of play to play as a center back.
I mean, before I continue to adjusting and living in the USA, have you ever met Sergio Busquets? Because I mean, he does play in the MLS too.
Yes, I never met. So sad that he retired when I was almost about because we were gonna play into Miami, and I was excited just to meet him. I wanted to get his jersey so bad, but he retired, so I felt bad that I never got to meet him.
I hope you get to meet him in some way,
In
shape, or
some way.
form.
Yes, yes, in some way one day. Just get to meet him in
Okay,
person.
so through New Life Academy, you got the opportunity to move to the US
Yes,
to further education and also to still pursue that dream. How
yes.
difficult was it adjusting to a whole new country, new culture, new everything?
It was when I came, it was pretty difficult. First of all, it was the food. That was kind of hard for me because most of the food here I've never had. And I was trying my best, but it wasn't just that good enough for me. So sometimes I just kind of only eat like a few things and I'll just go to bed. And second of all, it was the language. Um, the English was there, but not really good. So then it was hard, and then the way they talked to you was fast. So then it was kind of like you have to really, really calm down and sit down and be like, "Can you repeat what you said again?" And then it would go. So it was like being in school. I was always like locked in, trying to understand what was going on, and if I don't get it, I'll just go back to the teacher. It was a private school, it was a small school. So then they had so much time for the kids there. So then that actually helped a lot because then you get time to go to the teacher and be like, hey, I missed this part. Like, can you go over again? And they were super nice. They will do their best for you every single time because they wanted everyone to pass in the school. So that also helped a lot for me and also the friends that I had. It was also like an mostly like international students in there. So there were like people from all over the world. So you got to learn like new cultures and make new friends from all over the world. So that also was good as well. That actually helped.
Right. At what moment, I mean, you talked about, school helping you to adjust and all of that, but at what moment did you realize that you can actually take football far when you were in school?
Um yeah, so I had this man that was here in the US. He left to Sweden and I played under him. So when I came, I played football. So I played for the school, and then there was a football club also that I played for. So I will, when it's like the school season football starts, I just stop and I just play there. And then when it's done, I just go to the club. So he was the coach. And then the way I was playing, he was like, hey, hey, the way you are playing, I have so much faith in you that you can go far. So then I was like, oh, okay, then I really need to focus on that. But the thing is, here in the US, you can not only focus on football and not school. Because if you don't pass your classes, they will not let you play. So then it was here and there that I always have to be taking it 50-50, make sure I do good in school and also make sure I do good in football. So he was the one who actually really pushed me. I mean, the dream was there, but then when I got to the US, it was more like, oh yeah, you have to do good, really good in school before you can play. So then it was like, okay, now I have to balance it 50-50 from there.
I mean, whilst you were playing and it was getting close to draft time, I mean, were you aware that some clubs were looking at you? Were you aware that scouts were coming to watch you and all of that?
No, no, I never knew there were scouts like watching me anywhere or any place until I met this one guy. He's my agent right now. And he was like, hey, you can go number one in the draft. Well, at first I didn't believe it. I was like, I don't know about that. Well, my school did good when I was in college. I played at UCSB and we did good. We went to the playoffs and we knocked some of the big schools out and then we got out. So he met before the playoffs and he was like, hey, I've been watching you the way you've been playing. Like, I have big confidence that you can go number one in the draft. At first, I was like, I don't know about that. The draft is like, super crazy. There's no way I'm going to be drafted number one. And then he started talking to me about this new club that is going to join the MLS. That's the San Diego, the team that I'm playing for. And he was like, "Oh, it's also part of like Right to Dream." And I was like, "Oh, I know Right to Dream." So he talked with me, and then he was like, "Yeah, like I will do my best. I will talk with them for you and all that, you know. And they've been watching you too, and they like the way you play. So we will see how it goes." So I was like, "Okay, I will see." Well, I didn't have big confidence that I was gonna, but I knew maybe they would pick me, but not like number one. You know, they will pick me somewhere in there going, you know, but not number one. And when it got to the draft, you know, he was like, yeah, so I got to know like a day before the draft, you know, that okay, they will pick you number one. So then I was like, okay, I'm expecting this. But when it gets to the draft, they send you package, and that's how you know like the team that you're gonna get. So then I got the package, and then it was San Diego. And I was like, okay, now I have full trust. So the package got there, and it was like 10 minutes before they just started mentioning the name of the draft picks.
I mean, you did know before that you were going to be picked number one, but
Yes,
when
that was the only time I believed.
when the time was counting down and then they finally made it official, it became official, and everybody else got to know that you were the number one pick. How did they feel? Were you getting calls? How was the whole thing playing out for you?
The feeling was super good. I was really excited. You know, I was like, finally, the dream is like coming true. You know, but also I was sad because I was like, I really wish like my dad was here to see. You know, that I am getting there, closer and closer getting there, you know, because I always tell my dad, like, I want to be a pro footballer, you know. But I was super excited. I told my mom, she was, my brothers, everyone. But I was also sad that my dad was not there. But, anyways, I still had like friends and host families here who were all together with me. So I actually felt pretty loved at that moment, you know, and kind of really excited for it. And I was like, okay, now what? What's the next step? You know, you are here now. It's not gonna be easy. It's not like you're gonna go there and you're gonna start playing. You know, they're gonna have players who have experience, more experience than you, and you are from college. You know, you don't have any professional experience. So what's next? You know, so that was the next thing that I was thinking about, like working hard and getting into getting playing time. That was the next step.
It's a side note. I'm curious. How many siblings do you have?
I have three. I have two older twin brothers and I have a little sister. They are all in Ghana.
So in Ghanaian terms, you are Teria, basically.
Yes, yes, yes,
Oh, right,
yes.
right, 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 right. My mom is also Teria, so
Oh,
yeah, she was born after twins. Yeah,
oh, that's really nice. That's really nice.
right. So, you settling into San Diego, how was it like settling? Did you have maybe some African teammates or a Ghanaian teammate, or some Ghanaians were around the MLS to confide in, to talk to whilst you're adjusting to professional football?
Yes. So I had Ima Boatin here. He has been in the MLS for a long time, so he knows everything. So that was the good thing that I had someone from Ghana here who has been in the league for a longer time. So he was mostly helping me every single time. I would just go straight to him, you know. And he was from Right to Dream, so he knows the system and all that. So I would just go to him most of the time. And also, New Life was just the same as Right to Dream, also. So there were basic things that I already knew, also. But it was mostly about the league. Like, most of the time, they would come have meetings with us, like this, and that. And I would get confused and be like, Ima, hey, I didn't get what they said, you know, what did they talk about? And he would just explain everything to me. And then later on, I had Willie Kumado who also joined. So then it was like, okay, now I'm feeling really comfortable here, you know, having some people from Ghana that you get to talk to here and there, get to hang out with them, but not just only them. Like the team, specifically how they built it, is just like one family, you know. So everyone is like really close. We all talk together. Everyone is talking to you every single time. If you don't know anything, the older guys in there, they will teach you. They will call you like, hey, today this said practice wasn't that good. Or today practice you did really good. So most of the time they helped me when I was not playing at the moment, when I came and I was injured. And I see them practice and I feel bad for myself and sad. Like, okay, the team is starting without you. Now when you get back, you have to really, really fight for a spot. And it's gonna be hard. But then they were talking to me every single time and be like, yeah, it happens, in life. And they were just trying to make me feel better. And then when I got back from injury, they also still helped me a lot. They were trying to help me as much as possible because the system of play and all that, I was trying to get everything together right away, so I can step in and do my best in there. And they were helping me a lot. So it wasn't just only Ema, it was also all the teammates as well.
I mean, you mentioned the injury that you had immediately after joining. What injury was that? How
Uh,
how difficult was it for you knowing that, I mean, you are just coming to a team, you're a number one pick, and then you have an injury and you have to wait a bit longer to settle in? What injury was that? How long did it take to
Uh,
recover?
it was it was my knee. So I had some ligaments in my knee that got stretched. Luckily, it didn't get torn, so I didn't need any surgery. So then, before I even joined the team, San Diego, they took me in where they made the medical team like check me out, and they said like, "Oh, this is not something dangerous. He doesn't need any surgery or anything. Like, he just need a rehab, and he'll be fine and good to go. So then when I came in, I already knew like, okay, they already knew I was injured, and I knew that okay, when I'm coming in, I'm not gonna start playing right away. I'm be doing rehab and all that. So for that, it was already in my head that I was like locked in with the injury, and it happened in college when I was playing in college. It happened. So then I was out from college like 2 months, and then I came back to play again, and then it happened again, and then that was it. So I kind of stopped, and then when I joined San Diego, I didn't play for like 6 months. So it was all just rehab, rehab, rehab. And then my knee got better and stronger. So then that actually helped a lot when uh, I took my time to do the rehab and all that.
After getting back from the injury, becoming fit, and then you get to know that you are switching positions to a more unfamiliar position that is a center back. Um, how was it adjusting to a totally new position? I mean, now it's obvious you've quite adjusted because I saw your
Yes.
stats. You are among the top performers when it comes to interceptions and also for clearances as well. How difficult was it to adjust from a defensive midfielder into a deeper position, a center back, where you are much closer to goal now?
Um, it was a little bit challenging because there were certain details that I needed to know. Well, aside the defending part, I was already a defensive midfielder, so I was more like defending more. But playing as a center back, the way you adjust your body position, the way you turn to defend the space behind you, the way all these small details was hard to learn to just get it right away. Sometimes when I started, I would just even forget that I'm playing as a center back, where sometimes I get the ball and I step in the midfield and then I'm like, oh, right away, someone needs to like remind me, like, hey man, we have to go back. You a center back. And I'll be like, oh, I even forgot. So that was hard a little bit. It was challenging. But the coaches here really helped me a lot, where they would have like extra training with me, where they would show me like, this is how we want you to defend. This is how we want your body position. This is how you turn in case someone passes this side or the ball goes behind you. You turn the way you face. You do this, this, and that. And all that did not just come right away. It took me a little bit of time, but I was still adjusting. So I wasn't really good when I started playing as a center back, you know. But then every game they remind me like, okay, remember you were center back, not a midfielder today. Okay. So then I'll be like, okay, I remember that one. I'm not a midfielder, I'm a center back, you know? But then playing as a center back, they were the way our team plays, we really like to build. We don't go long, you know. So they wanted defenders who were really comfortable on the ball as well. And I was. So then that was also a positive thing for me for building from the back. But then aside that, I would say the other defenders also helped me as well, and then the coaches also helped me a lot.
Well, that's great. Um, the first season you didn't find the net, but I mean, the second season, 2026, I believe it was in the CONCACAF competition.
Yeah,
You found the net for the first time in your professional career. Uh,
yeah.
Take me through the motions. What happened leading to the goal, and how did you feel after scoring that goal?
So during that game, mostly we work in pairs in when we have set pieces, you know. And then mostly I am with the striker. So I always make sure like I block for him to free him, and then I will find a space to actually head the ball. But the goal came when the striker got subbed. So now who there was one player who came, Alex, and he was supposed to be the guy that I would work in PES with, you know. So he was supposed to block for me, and then I would just go find the net, you know. So that was the chance that happened when we got that set piece. I was like in the box, and I was like, okay, this is it. Like this is the time that someone is also blocking for me to also actually go find a goal for myself, you know. So we were down 1-0, so we actually needed the first goal. That was the only thing that we needed. We know that if we find the first goal, the other goals were gonna come right away, you know. So then when the player put the ball in, the movement and where I got to, I saw that okay. Mostly, I'm really good at jumping. So when I jumped, I was like, okay, this is it, you know. And it was one of the greatest goalie ever that I scored my first goal against. So when I scored, I was surprised. I was like, no way I scored on this goalie, you know. I knew this goalie when I was a kid, you know, he had 3 Champions League or something, you know, and I just scored on him, you know. So then after the game, I actually made sure I went to go actually like, you know, handshake with him, you know. And I was like, oh, that's a good game. He was like, yeah, that was a good game, you know. So that was the first goal that made us tie the game. And then we ended up winning 4-1, which was like, okay, the only thing that we needed was the first goal, you know. So that was like a great moment. And it just kept playing in my mind for like a whole week or like two every single time.
Must have been a really special moment for you.
It
Uh,
was. It was
yeah,
really.
really, really special. You're still quite young. You are just 20 years of age or so. And of course, I'm sure I mean, even as a kid, you were watching the Black Stars and all of that. I mean, do you
Yes.
have dreams and aspirations of featuring for the Black Stars anytime soon?
Every single time, I just dream myself in the Black Star jersey. You know, playing for my country every single pro football and not playing for your country. That's like, you know, then you didn't really do that good. You know, I always dream about playing for Black Star, doing my best for the country every single time. You know, and I would not like here in the U.S. whenever we are playing, you know, they sing the U.S. national anthem and they will look at the flag. Every single time I just imagine the flag is the Ghanaian flag, you know. That's how I always start my game. Just imagine it every single time, you know. So as a kid, I just watch, you know, the Ghana playing AFCON World Cup and all that, you know, and supporting them. And I'll be like, okay, one day that'll be me, you know, playing for my country right here. I'll just do my best for my country every single time. So it's been a big dream for me, you know. And also I have Derek Boyton also here working for the team, which I always talk with him about it, and I'll ask him so much questions like, "How was it? You know, how was this? How was that? You know." playing for the country, and he would just take me through. I just always imagine myself when he's explaining things to me. That this is how it is. This is so exciting. And I just imagine myself that one day I'll just play for the country.
Is Derek your favorite player to ever play in the Black Stars, or you have some other favorite players?
Um, I do have some other favorite players in there, but getting to meet Derek and all that, I've really loved him a lot. I did really like Kodra somewhat, although he wasn't like playing my position, but I did really like the way he played. I like the way Sule Muntari also played. He was more like a midfielder. I didn't get to watch ACN that much, but I've watched like videos about him, where he was playing, and then that was like, okay, he was a midfielder at some point. He got to be like a right back. He got to be, he was like a player who's like being put in different position, and he didn't complain. He always played there. So I was like, okay, there's no need to be complaining when they put you on other places. So I've been like have that mindset that you don't know where you're gonna end up one day and where they might need you. So always be available for any position that you're gonna get to play.
Yeah, imagine this. Black Stars about to play in the USA. And for some reason, you are included in the squad. How would it feel for you to be playing on US soil in the national team colors?
Oh, that would be fantastic. That would be super exciting for me because I've played here in the US and I know most of the stadium and how the field and everything mostly feels. So I feel like I'll be really, really comfortable playing if Ghana calls me, and playing in the US. I know there are other games also in Canada and Mexico, and I've played in Mexico. I've played in Canada also, but not everywhere in Canada and not everywhere in Mexico. I've played a couple games in Mexico and a couple games in Canada, but playing in the US, oh, that'll be fun and fantastic for me.
Before I let you go, where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, in the next 2 to 5 years. I just see myself in one of the clubs in Europe. You know, well, that's the dream that everyone wants to play in Europe in a big club. That's what we are all fighting for. But sometimes life is not the same. You might not even shine when you go to Europe. You know, so for me, I'm always like locked in at the moment. Right now, what are you doing to help your team win here? That's the most important thing that's always in my head. Where I find people talking like, oh, we know the way you play, you're gonna go to Europe. I'm like, okay, that will be a good thing for me. It'll be a positive thing. But if not, I'm still gonna play the way I'm playing, even much better, and also try to find myself playing for my country, also helping the country as well, you know. Whenever it comes, whenever the time comes, I'll be available and ready to kick in for my country as well. So that's the dream for the next 2 to 5 years.
Yeah, thank you very much for this
Thank
interview. It was a lovely one.
Yes.
And of course, uh, please send me as many pictures and videos that you have from,
Okay.
even from your youth. If you have some with your dad and all of that, send all of that to me so I can
Okay.
compile that into like a very nice story format.
All right. All right. Thank you so much.
All
Really
right.
appreciate this time.
All right. All right. Thank you too. And I hope you have a great season in 2026.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. You have a good day.
All right. You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.